does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point, there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0, and that's the allure of this. It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
What I'm doing right now, that's what I do every day. Shop. Ain't nothing like a couple bucks. Greg, come with me.
Disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks or a check for $230 million. It is up to you to take out the deduction and make sure state, federal, and whatever else needs to be deducted is paid to the Internal Revenue Service.
Floyd Mayweather has built his image around being rich and unbeatable when it comes to money. But Shannon Sharpe isn't convinced. He's calling Mayweather out, questioning whether the boxing star is really living the billionaire lifestyle he brags about. Sharpe, known for speaking his mind, pointed to a few red flags, like Mayweather's reported tax issues, some sketchy-sounding investments, and public requests for financial flexibility. To Sharpe, it all adds up to one thing: Mayweather might not be as wealthy as he wants people to think.
What makes Floyd so unique? Because he fought, he fought Pacquiao, he fought you, he fought Gotti, he fought Corrales, he fought Ricky Hatton. He's fought so many, and all these guys, a lot of these guys had titles at the time or were former world champions like yourself. What makes him so unique?
His pedigree. Look, I'm good friends with his father. The best trainer I've ever had.
Wow.
By far. He is, well, except for the professor who trained me for the Chavez fight when I beat Chavez in 1996. But Floyd Sr. is the best trainer I've ever had. He's a teacher. And that's what Floyd Jr. grew up with. He grew up with a teacher who disciplined him to be the very, very best. And I love his patience. I love the fact that he's a hard hitter and he has a chin.
Back in 2017, NFL Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe took aim at boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr., questioning the way he handles his money and lives such an over-the-top lifestyle. The criticism came after reports that Mayweather had asked the IRS for more time to pay off a 2015 tax bill. Despite constantly showing off his wealth online, Sharpe didn't hold back. He said, "Floyd's been through this before. What don't you get? And it's even more frustrating to see you on Instagram flashing stacks of cash, acting like you're rolling in money, but then not paying what you owe." That wasn't the only time Mayweather's finances raised eyebrows. A tell-all book revealed some of his habits, like throwing out clothes after wearing them once, traveling with several women, and hiring a full-time staff to support his lavish lifestyle. He even lost $15 million in a scam where someone promised a huge investment return. Even though Mayweather reportedly made over $1.5 billion during his career, many people question how much of that he still has. Critics like Shil Sonnen have openly doubted his billionaire claims, saying the numbers just don't add up.
How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
What do you do with all this money?
And, cash is king.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Floyd Mayweather has faced plenty of criticism for openly showing off his wealth, but he stands by it. He says his money isn't just for show, it's a way to take care of his family and enjoy life. According to Mayweather, having money allows him to give his loved ones a comfortable lifestyle, opportunities to travel, and experiences they might not otherwise have. To him, emotional support is important, but so is financial stability. This outlook shapes both his lifestyle and public image. In 2023, for example, Mayweather reportedly dropped $7 million on a shopping spree in South Africa. While critics called it wasteful, he said it was a part of his brand. In his view, these big, bold purchases aren't random. They're part of a strategy that fits who he is. Mayweather. He also says that behind all the flash, his finances are under control. With career earnings of over $1.2 billion, Mayweather claims he's not just spending, he's also investing and managing his wealth carefully. He believes he's earned the right to enjoy his success and that his lifestyle reflects that.
My money man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. He had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. Got girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
For Floyd Mayweather, showing off his wealth isn't a problem, it's part of the story he's built. Since retiring from professional boxing in 2017, Mayweather has stayed in the spotlight, not only for his exhibition fights but also for his high-end lifestyle. Even after stepping out of the ring, he hasn't stopped making money. With over $1.2 billion earned throughout his career, he continues to bring in millions through business deals, appearances, and his carefully crafted brand. One of his latest headline-making purchases was a $1 million splurge on 4 luxury watches from Avian Co., a high-end brand known for its bold and rare pieces. These watches, part of the exclusive Hue collection, are covered in gemstones and come in standout colors like pink, blue, and green. Each one costs $250,000, and Mayweather is now the first person to own the entire set. The watches were previously on display in a limited edition case in New York, adding to their rarity. Mayweather proudly posted his new collection on social media with a simple caption, "Check this out." The purchase perfectly fits his image, bold, flashy, and completely confident in his success. To him, these aren't just watches. They're symbols of what he's achieved through years of hard work, focus, and dominance in boxing. While some may see his spending as over the top, Mayweather views it as a well-earned reward. He often reminds people that he started with very little and worked his way to the top. For him, collecting rare watches is just one of the ways he celebrates the life and legacy he's built.
I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. Right here, I got 3 cases. And they're all full of watches. So when I travel, I like to take, if I'm going for 45 days, I like to take 45 watches with me. I like to have options. So everybody's always asking me, what's your favorite watch? Well, one of my favorite watch brands is Avian Co. As you can see right here, I got this a few months back, and it's one of my favorite watches. One of the best brands in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I like the brand so much, I went and bought another watch just yesterday, Avian Co. As you can see, Avian Co. Now, let's talk about watches, let's talk about jewelry, let's talk about a few things. I need you guys to watch me talk about my watches. So we'll set this to the side.
Despite Floyd Mayweather's reputation as one of the richest athletes in sports history, not everyone is convinced his fortune is as solid as it seems. Prominent boxing promoter Eddie Hearn recently shared his doubts, suggesting that Mayweather's actual financial situation might not match the image he promotes. In a frank interview with GRM Daily, Hearn questioned whether Mayweather still has the kind of money he used to show off. His concern centers on Mayweather's famously over-the-top lifestyle, from fleets of exotic cars and private jets to million-dollar shopping sprees and high-stakes gambling. While Mayweather says he's invested in real estate, jewelry, and even gold mines in Dubai, Hearn is skeptical that these ventures are truly bringing in the kind of money needed to support such expensive habits. "I don't think he has the money he says he does," Hearn said. Sure, he doesn't need to work, but when you're spending at that level, it raises questions. Adding to the speculation, Gervonta Davis, a former protege of Mayweather's, recently claimed the boxing icon was detained in Dubai over unpaid debts. While that report hasn't been confirmed, it stirred up even more talk about Mayweather's finances. Still, Mayweather insists he's not chasing paydays. "I was born to be a fighter, and I'm going to die a fighter," he said, maintaining that his exhibition matches are about passion for the sport and entertaining fans, not money.
How about Mayweather?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Not the biggest
I think that Mayweather was unquestionably one of the best ever. But I don't know. I mean, it's difficult to say he's not a true fighter because he fought everybody he could of his era. But he was a different kind of skill set. He was very much hit and don't get hit, which is the art of boxing. I think sometimes when these guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff, it just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
But
I don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's
It's a
spending.
lot of expenses.
Yeah.
In a rare behind-the-scenes reveal, Floyd Mayweather Jr. admitted that much of what viewers saw in Showtime's All Access series before his 2014 rematch with Marcos Maidana wasn't real. It was scripted to build hype around the fight. From intense sparring sessions to over-the-top moments inside his Las Vegas mansion, Mayweather confirmed that many of the scenes were exaggerated or completely staged for entertainment. This included the now infamous doghouse sparring, which was portrayed as brutal, non-stop 31-minute rounds. In reality, Mayweather told the Nevada State Athletic Commission that fighters took breaks and that safety was always a priority. He also clarified that scenes involving marijuana use and wild parties were purely for show. It wasn't real marijuana, he said, explaining that the goal was to boost interest and ticket sales, not reflect his actual lifestyle. Mayweather's legal team also reassured the commission that he avoids anything that could interfere with drug testing, including secondhand smoke. What this all points to is a deliberate strategy by Mayweather, mixing boxing with theatrics to create something bigger than just a fight. "I don't want to just sell a fight, I want to sell a lifestyle," he said. And it worked. The added drama and spectacle reportedly helped increase pay-per-view numbers for the Maidana rematch compared to their first bout.
There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire over Christian Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. Never happened and it won't. First off, he's never gotten $100 million for a fight. Not even remotely close. Mike Tyson, to put in perspective, when he fought Michael Spinks, that was the biggest fight of all time. One got 30 million and one got 29. And that was backed publicly. I know that Floyd is still getting in there as recently as he needed the money.
If you had to guess the most Floyd ever made in a fight.
Oh, Floyd's easy 60 million in one night.
Floyd Mayweather has openly admitted that his business strategy involves taking big risks. He revealed that he often invests in unconventional ventures, things most people wouldn't even consider. While this bold approach sometimes leads to new ideas and innovations, he also acknowledged that it often results in failure, with nearly 90% of his investments not panning out as expected. However, Mayweather embraces this risk-heavy mindset, comparing himself to a gambler willing to take big bets for a chance at a massive payoff. He believes that true success often requires stepping outside the box, even if it means facing frequent setbacks. Shannon Sharpe, however, didn't hold back when critiquing Mayweather's current path in boxing. Beyond a recent scam controversy involving Mayweather, Sharpe took aim at the legend's continued participation in exhibition matches. He argued that these fights have stopped being about passion for the sport or competitive spirit, and are now simply moneymakers aimed at fans who are more interested in seeing Mayweather lose than in watching him win. Sharpe went even further, comparing Mayweather's exhibition bouts to WWE-style entertainment, drama-filled and lacking real competition. He believes these events are undermining the authenticity of boxing and reducing Mayweather's once legendary career to a series of staged performances. For Sharpe, the problem isn't just about Mayweather fighting past his prime, it's about the intentional damage to his legacy for the sake of making quick money. In Sharpe's eyes, Mayweather is trading the respect he earned through 50 career wins for a chance to stay relevant and wealthy, turning his greatness into a scripted pay-per-view show.
I'm sure he could be 60 years of age and people would still pay per view to watch him box.
And so the lure is still there.
Yeah.
They want to see Floyd get beat, even if it's somebody that's not a name that we are. Man, a YouTuber did something that a world champion couldn't do.
Yeah. Didn't no.
But I saw Floyd Mayweather get knocked down.
But at what point does Floyd have enough money not to stoop to do these exhibitions? But at some point there is athletic dignity attached to 50 and 0, and that's the allure of this.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of, okay?
And the people that they're putting him in there with can't put him in harm's way.
No,
So he doesn't see, like, you know, I just, like you said, I watched this ruckus on Twitter. I was like,
what?
Like, oh my goodness.
Okay.
It definitely was like WWE.
Shannon Sharpe continued his criticism of Floyd Mayweather, focusing on one of the most talked about moments in Mayweather's post-retirement career, his exhibition fight against YouTuber-turned-boxer Logan Paul. For Sharpe, the fight was a clear sign that Mayweather was no longer boxing out of passion or to maintain his status as one of the sport's all-time greats. Instead, Sharpe argued, Mayweather had traded the dignity of his undefeated 50-0 record for a quick cash grab. Sharpe didn't hold back on the nature of the fight, calling it lacking in substance, seriousness, and respect for boxing. He believes that by participating in these exhibition matches against non-professional fighters, Mayweather not only damages his own legacy but also hurts the sport itself. Sharp questioned why someone who had already achieved so much success would be willing to water down their accomplishments for the sake of attention and easy money. Recently, Mayweather has also been making bold claims about his real estate investments, saying he owns 1,000 units spread across 62 buildings in New York. However, property records tell a different story. None of the buildings listed show any change in ownership, and organizations like the NYC Housing Partnership haven't been notified of any sales. The real estate world is now questioning whether Mayweather's claims are exaggerated.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, we all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing. $402 million purchase price. The seller, Black Spruce Management. This is going to be a monster huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
As Floyd Mayweather shifts his focus to real estate, his recent bold claims have raised more questions than praise. He recently boasted about owning 1,000 units across 62 buildings in New York. However, when investigators checked property records, they found no evidence supporting his claims of ownership. Even major organizations like the NYC Housing Partnership reported no involvement in any such transactions. This has led to growing skepticism in the real estate world, with many wondering if Mayweather's statements are exaggerated or outright false. Attempts to verify the claims have only added to the mystery. When reporters reached out to Mayweather's business team, they received vague responses. One representative insisted the acquisitions were real but refused to provide any documents or speak on the record. To make matters more confusing, a man identifying himself as James McNair, Mayweather's longtime associate, joined the call, but his voice didn't match recordings of McNair from previous public appearances. This inconsistency and secrecy have deepened suspicions, with many now questioning whether Mayweather's supposed real estate empire is as impressive as he claims, or if it's just another part of his image as a business mogul. The debate over his financial status highlights the challenges high-earning athletes face when it comes to managing wealth. While Mayweather's earnings are substantial, the sustainability of his lavish lifestyle remains a topic of ongoing concern.
He's collecting rent, hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot. But even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartment.
What do you think about Floyd Mayweather's lavish claims and Shannon Sharp's bold criticism? Is Mayweather protecting his legacy or just chasing the next payday? Drop your thoughts in the